Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I'm back for the first time in 5 months. I know, but I have got videos on that are on twice a month, but I want to get back into doing them 3 times a week. So I'm going to try my best. I've got a folder out ready, well, a booklet, and I'm going to try and do as many fun fold cards as I can for 2022. And this one I'm going to do is a gatefold flap card. So we've done gatefold cards before, but this one's got a flap. These are the measurements, 11 by 5 and 7/8, scored at 1 1/4 and 3 3/8, and then you flip over and do the other side. 1 1/4 by 9 3/4, so that's the belly band. I'm using polished pink for 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 and whisper white by 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. The vellum I'm using are these beautiful vellums that we had a year or so ago. I don't know if you can see them. Let me get some dark cardstock so you can see them better, because my lighting is a bit crap at the minute. Oh, it's white on white, those ones. So I'm using that for my vellum piece. And the designer series paper, you'll need 2 at 1 1/8 by 5 5/8. You'll need 2 at 1 7/8 by 5 5/8, and you'll need 1 at 1 1/8 by 9 3/4. I think I may have tightened mine down a little bit, but there we go. These are my pieces. I will show you my card, which is this adorable little... I'm using the Zany Zebras. I know they're out of retired, but I love them. I've got them, and I'm not going to stop using them. So this is the gatefold flap. You can balance your little belly band on the top when you're done, and it is just adorable. It does stand up. It depends on your card and how wide you've got it. But even for decoration, you can just plonk that on the top. It goes together so well, so easy to make, and you can use any designer series paper, any stamp set, any decoration. It's entirely up to you. You could use this as a sketch card even. If you're still following me on my channel, that is absolutely amazing. So I've got my pieces. I'm going to grab my glue, and I'm just going to add, when I get it, my belly band for my designer series paper for my belly band. I forgot to cut one off, so let's grab some paper. Let's open this. So 9 3/4. Oh, it's just short, so I'll keep it, and I want the centerpiece, so I'm going to cut that off, and I'm going to cut this at 1 1/8. You can keep it the same length, and so it's edge to edge, or you can just cut it down slightly like this one. So let's pop that in my belly band. I'm going to be using the scoreboard in a minute. So that is going to be my beautiful belly band. Perfect. A little bit short, but nobody's going to see the ends because that's where our vellum pieces are going. So I'm trying to... on a tiny little gap either side, making sure that it's beautifully... oh, look at that, absolutely beautiful. So set that to one side. You're now going to take your cardstock and you're going to pop this in, and you're going to score at 1 1/4, and then 3 3/8. So slide that along to 3 3/8. That's the longest dash just before the 3 1/2, and scrape that again. Flip that around, and again we're going to score this at 1 1/4, and then 3 3/8. And if you've got your arm out for this, that would be 1 1/4, 3 3/8. 8 and 7 5/8, and 9 3/4. But it's easier to just do what I've just done. So we're going to fold these in this way. Use your bone folder. Please bear with me with the lights, ladies. I will get Mr. Boyce on the case. Well, we've got a light here. He's just got to wait for him to fit it in for me. And then we fold this across, and you can see that score line then follows the other score line. And then fold this back. And there is that beautiful flat fold gatefold card. So we've all done gatefold cards. This one's with an extra flap. Love it. So I'm going to take my designer series paper. And I'm going to glue that on. Give myself a good gap either side. Because we've got to cut it literally 1/8 of an inch shorter all around, and then I'm going to press that in. Now take one of these pieces, because you want to be able to line this up when you add this piece, and you can keep it all on the level. Then I'll show you what to do on the second flap. So I'm going to lay this in. I'm going to fold my cardstock over, and I've made sure that's level, and then I'm going to lay that flat, and in that goes. That is absolutely perfect, and then you can see that they are both lined up beautifully. Then spin. Now you can match these up again. So fold this flat and this flat, and then just tally up the ends at the bottom there and line that in. Pull that down just a fraction. There we go, that's perfect. Now fold that flap over and fold that one there, because this is where we're going to add this one, and we can line that up there. It just saves you second guessing or trying to rip the paper off and trying to lay it straight. At least this way you've got a guideline. So you are going to tuck that flap in, fold this one over, and then follow that guideline there. And when you get it at the top, you can see that it's all level, and then you can burnish this flat. And then again, fold this out, check, and all your all your DSP lines up beautiful all along that edge. And if you flip it round, it all matches all along that edge as well. Isn't that lovely? So now it's up to you which way round. I've got my stamps that I'm using, the polished pink. It's a quick and simple card, absolutely wonderful. So I put "It's Time to Celebrate," and I'm just lining this up on the bottom of my board. There's my "Time to Celebrate." I use my stamp and scrub because I couldn't find my cloth. I've got a scrap piece of Whisper White here, and now I'm going to use it for my happy birthday. And again, I'm using the polished pink. Oh, perfect. That's stamped absolutely lovely. So the polished pink is sorted. I'm going to keep that open a sec. Now I'm going to be stamping my zebra on my designer series paper. Sorry, on my Whisper White. And I'm going to be using the VersaFine. I love this stuff. It really gives a bright black picture. I'm just going to stamp this beautiful little zebra. Absolutely adorable. So before I stamp off, I haven't done it on the other one, but I'm just going to do a second stamp on the inside. So while that ink is out, let's just do that. See if I've got enough ink on this one to do it on the inside. Even if it's paler, it gives us some inner decoration. Oh, perfect. How cute is that? So with my stamp and scrub, I have wet it. but you know me, I do like to get them nice and clean. So that's the card I made earlier with the belly band, as you can see. So adorable. So easy to put together. And if you don't want to write on the inside, you've literally, what's happening? There we go. If you want to write to your recipient, you've got all that beautiful space on the back as well. Absolutely lovely. So now we can fold this together. Grab your belly band and just take it roughly to the edge, not all the way round, because we are going to just gently coerce that round. So you've got a little gap at the top there, and then you're going to fetch this piece around and you're going to try your best to match them up. Give that a little pinch. That way when you test it, you can see that it works. You could add dimensionals, but because of posting, I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on there. Match that over and making sure, because you won't see this because your vellum is going to now go on here. So I'm just going to put a strip of glue through the center. I'm going to line my vellum piece up so I've got it equal either sides. And don't worry if it's tacky, because now we're going to glue this section, and again just glue through the center, because this is now going equal sides all the way around. You can tell with the gaps either side, that is lovely. So I'm going to flip my little dot weight there, and what I did, I just used my light smoky slate and just went over his stripes just to give them a bit more dimension, and on his ears, and then down his legs as well. And I'm just going to add a little bit of shading under his foot. Maybe you could have a little tiny bit under his belly and there as well. So now I'm going to flip him, add some dimensionals on there. What a beautiful little fun fold card though. Oops, excuse me. So now I'm going to line it up so I've got equal distance either side, top and bottom. So there's your dimension. Here's our happy birthday. I'm going to take my snips, and you could cut a straight line across there. You could point it different ways. You could have a point if you wanted to. I'm just going to pen at the ends. It is so good to be back, girls. And again, I'm just going to add a little bit of dash across there, because I'm not sticking it down any other way apart from across there. You can give it a wiggle till you get it where you want it. How adorable is that? So that goes back in my little scraps bin. My glue's all sorted. So I opened this the other day. It's not been open in 5 months and it just works straight away. It's absolutely fabulous. So I've got these dots which I used on my last one. You can add them there, and this is my third one. This is actually my third one. I added the dots here. Absolutely wonderful. Got my Winker Stella just to dab on his eyeball to give a bit of shine. A little bit of shine then under the shadows. You could go over the letters of the happy birthday if you wanted to. And I think I've got some other little gems. I think I'm going to use them ones, not the same. So I've got these beautiful pink ones. And I'm going to add onto the stripes this time 2 large and 1 small. I'm going to pop it right there, I think. Absolutely adorable. So I'm back, girls. Please forgive my lighting situation, like I'm saying. I will get Mr. B to sort it out sometime this week. But this is my third one I've made. The first video I did, I forgot to plug my sound in, so fingers crossed I've got it plugged in now. I can see the thing going up and down. But there we go, my beautiful gatefold flap cards using the Zany Zebras and this beautiful, let me find the name again. Here it is. I think is it Art Expressions? It is called Expressions of Ink. Absolutely beautiful. Like I say, I'm not buying no more stamp sets, no more DSP until I've literally used what I've got. So if you do see me using older stamp sets and you've still got them, that's great, because I've looked through the new catalogues, I've looked through the new PDFs and all that lot, and I've seen the same stamp set coming out but used in a different, you know, because well, I can't think on hand of what they fetched out, but they fetched so many stamp set out that are exactly the same. They're just in a different position, or there's a different twist to the flower, but it's called more or less the same stamp set as well. And I'm sorry, but I've spent thousands over the years and I can't afford to do that anymore. And I don't suppose every single one of you can afford to do that either. So let's reinvent their new stamp sets with our old ones and just funky it up. You can use any designer series paper you want, but I'm not going to be a slave to Stampin' Up anymore. I do love their products, don't get me wrong, I've spent thousands, but when they retire it and a few months later it's back out, like I say, in a different position, I'm not going to get fooled into buying the same stuff. I've still got the Ladybug one. They've already fetched out another Ladybug one, so I've already got a Ladybug one. Why would I need two Ladybug ones? Do you know what I mean? It can be a very expensive habit. So let's try using up what we've got, girls, and impress ourselves even more. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to press the bell and the subscription. The bell and the subscription. Don't forget to press all when the subscription bell drops down. And thank you for watching me today. Come back soon. Bye.